Hi, my name is Tyrell Meinhardt, and today we'll be discussing an ethical dilemma out of the book Ethical Obligations and Decision Making in Accounting. The ethical dilemma that we are going to be going over and discussing is out of Chapter 3 in the Giving Voice to Values section. The specific case we're going to be going over is actually Case 3-4, Franklin Industries Whistleblowing. And to kind of give you guys a little background on the topic, Natalie is an employee and CPA at Franklin Industries and has discovered with the help of the accounting team and the internal auditors that Denny King, a department manager, has embezzled $5 million out of the company. Now, Natalie has brought this to the attention of the company's controller, the HR department, and her friend Roger, who counseled her to let it go after the controller and the HR department failed to take action. The company is known to have a don't rock the boat kind of a culture and policy, and Natalie has already been demoted from assistant manager to staff supervisor. So Natalie is one that has a strong ethical character and doesn't want to give up on this. She knows she has to act and do something, but is trying to determine the best way to go about it. She is not dismissed going to the board and the CEO, who actually serves on the board, even though her friend Roger counseled against it. What would you do if you were Natalie? So to help Natalie and us figure out the best way to move forward, we're going to be going over the four main questions that Giving Voice to Values recommends. The first question is, what are the main rationalizations you're trying to counter? That is, what are the reasons and rationalizations that need to be addressed? Now, there's a lot of reasons and rationalizations we could come up with here not to pursue this any farther. Natalie could say, hey, Roger isn't worried about this. He's worked here longer than I have. I should just let this go. She could also say, you know what? I've tried to bring this to people's attention. I feel like I've gone through the right paths. I've told the controller of the company. I've told HR. And the only thing that's happened is I've been demoted. I've tried and I'm done trying. This is out of my hands. I should just be happy I have a job still and just keep quiet. The second question deals with who is at stake, and it reads, what is the stake for the key parties, including those who disagree? Well, to start out, let's just say that everyone that's been involved and knows about what's going on has a stake in all this. All of their reputations are on the line. Second, there are jobs that are on the line. If Natalie chooses to pursue this, and it is found out by the board and the CEO that all of these other people that knew about it did nothing, do you think the board and the CEO is still gonna want those kind of people working for them? And if it goes the other way, do you think Natalie will still have a job? Also, if this does come to light, Vic Construction's reputation is on the line for having been involved in embezzlement. So this could hugely hurt the reputation of both companies. The third question is, what levers can you use to influence those who disagree with you? First, I would suggest to our friend Roger that despite who's on the board, despite how long he's been there, and despite the don't rock the boat policy or culture there, he needs to step up and do the right thing here and keep his integrity intact, not only as a friend to Natalie, but also for himself. We can always also use the fact that this isn't fair to any of the employees that work there, or to the shareholders, or to Natalie. I would also suggest to Natalie that even though she has been treated unfair and gone through all the pain and agony to bring this thing to light and do the right thing, she needs to move forward with this and keep her integrity intact. The fourth question deals with how we're going to counter the reasons and rationalizations. The fourth question reads, what is your most powerful and persuasive response to the reasons and rationalizations you need to address? To whom should the argument be made, and when and in what context? Now, there are several powerful and persuasive responses we can use here to help Natalie. First, the internal auditors have proven that embezzlement has occurred, and there is obviously an unfair demotion because Natalie tried to bring this thing to light. It's not fair to her, it's not fair to the accounting staff that worked on this, it's not fair to the internal auditors or to the shareholders or any employee of the company. To answer the second part of the question, I think Natalie should go straight to the board with this. She should request a meeting and have all the information and timelines to everything that has happened this far organized and ready to present. Natalie doesn't deserve to stay demoted, and more importantly, she needs to keep her integrity intact despite everything that's happened. She owes this to herself and everyone that's involved.